All right, so as y'all know, I saw Superman twice last week. Friday night, opening night, and Saturday morning. And Mr. Terrific was the bomb. Like, I can't even sit here and be mad at y'all for this one. Like, Mr. Terrific's representation was fantastic, in my opinion. And as I've stated before, and I'll say it again, for some reason, a white director can display black men way better in some cases than black male directors ever could. And I think it's funny that James Gunn was able to put a smart black man up there on screen, extremely smart. He's a badass, and he's cool, and he has a personality while also having some charisma to him. And I love that this stereotype has finally been broken because it's like Mr. Terrific would be seen as a lame in the black community, but he'd also be the guy everyone was asking for help when they needed something done or when it was time to fix shit up. And in the comics, Mr. Terrific, I believe, has 14 PhDs, which is crazy. But he is like the third smartest person in DC, give or take, depending on the writer. Because sometimes he's second, but usually it's Lex Luthor, him, Batman, or Lex Luthor, Batman, him, in some degree. So I like the fact that the second to third smartest person in DC is a brother. Real cool, by the way. He doesn't really have any powers. He's just very good at mechanics and engineering and things like that. The representation of his masculinity is a little different because he's in the movie. He's like, I'm not really into people's emotions, which is not true. He's usually not that closed off, but it's not unwelcome. Now I'm hoping that with the success of Superman and Edi Gathegi, stating he signed multiple contracts, which means we'll see more representation of him going forward. I'm hoping that means he'll probably get his own show, and we'll get to see more flesh out in this of his character. It was just so good to see a black man on the screen not being a stereotype. Like I said, it feels good seeing some shit like that. It really does. And Mr. Terrific was cool, man. He had the cool one shot James Gunn scene. He helped pretty much solve the problem. He was the most important one out of the Justice Gang that showed up. He's portrayed well. Because remember, Edi Gathegi was Darwin in X-Men First Class, but that scene was dumb as hell where he died. Even though he was apparently promised Darwin would come back, even though that didn't happen apparently. And now James Gunn got a hold of him and redeemed him so hard, and it's fire as hell that he's come back as Mr. Terrific. And I hope this makes Edi Gathegi like a more hot commodity, more of a in-demand actor, so more people will want him in projects because he's cool, man. He's really cool. And I'll say the representation for Mr. Terrific was on point. I didn't feel stereotyped. I didn't feel shot down. Like the nerd stereotype wasn't there, nor was the stereotypical black male stereotype there. Now, did he have a little bit of a jive speak? Kinda, sorta. But was it extremely noticeable? No. And he didn't walk around just using slang all the time. Like he actually had intellectual conversations and was able to, outsmart some of the quote unquote white folks in the room. And it was just cool, man. And I love that he wasn't just like doing stuff for like he had his own purpose, it'll piss off Green Lantern. Like he has his own backbone. He has his own character, own decisions, trying to solve problems, calculated, well thought out, and just masculine in my opinion. So like real masculine. The costume is ripped straight out the comics. I think they should change nothing about that costume. It's perfect, and he looks perfect in the suit. And I know Edi Gathegi also said, getting the role of Mr. Terrific, got him in shape and got him eating healthy and working on his diet and stuff like that. And he said, honestly, I might just work to keep the figure. They hired me to do the job. I work to keep the figure. So now he's going to stay in shape and stay a little more muscular, which is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see him like taking his health more seriously. I don't think he ever didn't, but it's nice to see that he's deciding to. So, it has an effect on him on the screen and off the screen. So, that's a good thing. Like I said, he signed multiple projects, so that's good. We're going to see more of him. Now, do I think they changed some things from the comics? Just like his little closed offness. He's not that closed off, but I can see where they're going with it. Maybe he'll have more openness to people's emotions in his own project or something like that. His Genuine surprise to a flying dog is hilarious. He has some great lines, great scenes. All in all, I would give Mr. Terrific's representation of black men an A plus. Represented us wonderfully. I just wish black directors could show black men like this more often. And it's starting to annoy me that there's this trend of white directors being able to portray black characters in a better way than black people ever could. That's just my 2 cents on it. But like I said, I would Mr. Terrific's representation. Like I say, it's not his home. It's not his own movie, so he doesn't have a lot going on. But he had enough going on to where I could break this stuff down. He was cool, man. Straight up A plus representation, and I would like to see more stuff with black men like this going forward. But yeah, so if you made it this far, smash the like button, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all on the next one.